So far, we have studied the concept of controllability, the concept of observability, and stability. We have, with respect to state space modeling, controllability simply means that you can transfer, if it's possible, to have an input that will be so that we can transfer any state of the system from its initial value to its final value. Such a system is known as controllable system. Fine. Observability, if you are able to estimate the values of states at any given time from the knowledge of input and output, such a system is known as observable system. And as far as stability is concerned, stability simply implies that your system is producing a certain type of desired response, a bounded response for a bounded input. Now, how to calculate stability using transfer function methods? We basically we calculate the poles of the system. For state space modeling, we calculate the eigenvalues of matrix A to determine whether the system is stable or not. So that's about stability. One important thing to note about stability is when we determine stability using eigenvalues of the system, we get the asymptotic stability. We do not get the BIBO stability. BIBO stability is calculated from the transfer functions. From the state space modeling, we get the asymptotic stability. Now, these two are basically different in the sense that asymptotic stability will reflect all the poles of the system, while the transfer function model, in any case, there might be a chance that the poles and the zeros might have got cancelled, so it will not give us the exact picture of the system. So, if a system is asymptotically stable, that means it is definitely BIBO stable. But if a system is BIBO stable, that may or may not mean that the system is also asymptotically stable. Fine. And if your system is asymptotically unstable or there is a pole zero cancellation, that means for such systems may be either uncontrollable or unobservable. So this pole zero cancellation means either the system is uncontrollable or it is unobservable as well. Right? This is about controllability, observability, and stability using state space modeling. For stability, find out the eigenvalues. If they are negative, the system is stable. If they are positive, the system is unstable. Now, moving on, uh, we'll discuss today state transformations. As I've been saying to you from the start, a system will not have a unique state space model. Any system can have a number of state space models. Now, if we transform from one state of the system to another state of the state space model, so what happens to the properties of the system? Do they remain preserved or do the properties of the system also change? That's what we'll be discussing today through the state transformations. So first of all, let's see how to basically transform one set of variables to another set of variables. Fine. So matrix transformation rules, uh, as you are aware about, can be used to transform one state space model to another state space form. And under this transformation, the properties actually will not change. We'll be looking into that. So let us say, let us consider a matrix P. This matrix will be non-singular. That means the determinant of this matrix will not be zero in any case, and It is a square matrix and it is a non-singular matrix. This matrix will be used to transform x to x cap. Fine. So we are using a matrix P to transform one set of state variables to another set of state variables. We need to see whether these set of state variables, this state vector and x cap and x, simply x and x cap, whether they have the same uh, properties or the properties change. Fine. So what will happen to the state space model? We know that the state space model is x dot equal to ax plus bu. Fine. Now instead of writing x cap, we can, this also implies x dot is equal to p x dot cap. Fine. Or x cap dot. So instead of writing x dot now, we can write, substituting the values, we can write px cap dot is equal to a. Instead of x, we have p x cap plus b u. Right? So pre-multiply both sides by p inverse. Multiplying p inverse into p, that's identity matrix. तो यहाँ पे खाली x cap dot रहेगा is equal to p inverse a p x cap plus p inverse b into u. So if you can take any matrix P, any matrix, the thing is this is a singular, a non-singular matrix and it's a square matrix. So if you multiply it, if you use the formula like this, so you can transform x to x cap. So if your original state space model was x dot equal to ax plus bu, your transformed state space model will be x cap dot is equal to p inverse ap x cap plus p inverse b u. Fine. So ये आपका original state space model है. This is the state space model of the transformed states. We have to see whether this model and this model has the same properties or they will be having different properties. Fine. ऐसे y के साथ y is, we know y is equal to cx plus du. That means y is equal to x के बदले हम लिख सकते हैं अब p x cap plus du. C x के बदले p x cap plus du. Fine. So your new state space model has a cap equal to p inverse ap. Fine. So if you can say your new state space model is x cap dot equal to a cap x cap plus bu and y is equal to cx cap plus du. That means a cap is p inverse ap, as you can see from this equation. A cap is p inverse ap, b cap is p inverse b. This is your new state space model where a cap will be p inverse ap of the original system, b cap will be p inverse b, c cap will be cp and d cap will be equal to d. Fine. हमने बेसिकली क्या किया, हमारे पास x was the original states of the system. We will transform them into another state vector x cap using any matrix P. You can take any matrix, square matrix P. Only thing is P has to be non-singular. Fine. You can take any matrix. So P can have infinite number of P can be any matrix, infinite number of there can be infinity number of ways in which you can place P, define P. Fine. So you will accordingly get infinite state space models for the system. The thing is that with the new state space model, your transformation matrices, that's A, B, C, D, will change. They will be equal to the original they will be with respect to the original matrices A, B, C, D. They will follow these relationships. A cap will be equal to P inverse AP, B cap will be equal to P inverse B, C cap will be CP and D cap will be D. ठीक है, P आप कोई भी मैट्रिक्स ले सकते हो. Any matrix, only thing is it has to be नॉन सिंगुलर. तो रिजल्टेंट जो भी आएगा उसका जो आपका ए कैप, बी कैप, सी कैप और डी कैप अगर आपको उसका निकालना है तो यू कैन यूज दिस फॉर्मूला. So you can say this is equation number 1. The equation number 1 can help you determine the new state space model of the system after transformation. Fine. Now let's see what happens to the properties of the system, whether they remain same under transformation or they change. So let's take the first property, that is controllability. We know for the original system, MC is given by B, AB, A square B, so on up to A raised power n minus 1 B. Fine. Origin for the normal state vector, for the original state vector x. Fine. Now for the transformed states, MC bar, MC cap will be equal to B cap, A cap, B cap, A cap square, B cap, so on up to A cap raised power n minus 1 B cap. Fine. So MC cap is equal to B cap is equal to P inverse B, जो हमने भी निकाला. A cap is equal to P inverse A P into B cap is P inverse B. A square cap into B. A square cap means P inverse AP into P inverse AP. This is A cap, that means A cap square into B cap. B cap means P inverse times B, so on up to SAP inverse AP n raised power minus n times into P inverse B. So you can see there is P into P inverse, there is P into P inverse, there is P into P inverse. P into P inverse is identity matrix. So in short, this will be equal to P inverse B. P into P inverse is identity matrix, so multiplied by identity matrix means the same matrix again. So this is P inverse into AB. यहाँ पे भी P inverse, P into P inverse will be identity matrix. तो बीच में A square आ रहा है, A square into B. ऐसे इसके बाद P inverse A cube B आएगा, so on up to P inverse A raised power n minus 1 times B. P inverse बाहर निकाल के अंदर आपका मैट्रिक्स है B, AB, A square B up to A raised to power n minus 1 B. So MC bar is equal to P inverse into MC bar is equal to P inverse into, this is the original matrix, that is MC. So you are getting MC bar equal to P inverse into MC. Fine. Since we have already said that P is a non-singular matrix, P has to be a non-singular matrix. So determinant of P can never be 0. So if determinant of P can never be 0, so P will, since P is non-singular, P inverse will always exist and it will have a full rank. That means MC bar, rank of MC bar will be equal to rank of MC. अब MC बार की रैंक फुल हो या फुल से कम हो, ऐसे MC whether it's full or full से कम. So since P inverse is a non-singular matrix, P inverse will always exist, have a full rank. So it is not going to govern whether your system is controllable or not. It will be MC. So rank of MC bar will be equal to rank of MC. Hence, controllability remains preserved under transformation. Second property can be that of observability. What happens to observability under transformation? Again, we know for the original matrix M naught is C Ca up to C a raised power n minus 1. For the transformed states, M O bar will be equal to C bar A bar up to C bar A bar raised power n minus 1. So C bar is nothing but CP. C bar is CP, A bar is P inverse AP. ठीक है, इसके बाद CP इंटू P inverse AP इंटू P inverse AP आएगा, so on. We can again see that the term in the middle is an identity matrix P into P inverse. तो ये CP आएगा, फिर उसके बाद CAP आएगा, फिर उसके बाद CA square P आएगा, so on up to CA raised power n minus 1 times P आएगा. So P कॉमन निकाल के अंदर आपका CA up to CA raised power n minus 1 रहेगा, बाहर आपका P है. This you know is the original matrix. That means, which implies MO bar is equal to MO into P. Fine. So as we again know, P is non-singular. That means if you take the determinant of these matrices, that will be equal to this thing. Since determinant of P can never be 0, it's either it will be the determinant of M naught bar will be equal to determinant of M naught. It will be dependent upon what will be the determinant of M naught. So the rank of the system will rank of M naught bar will be equal to the rank of M naught, and hence observability of the system remains preserved again. Let's take a look at what happens to the characteristic equation of the system. For original system states, we know the characteristic equation is Si minus A equal to 0. For transformed states, characteristic equation will be Si minus A cap equal to 0. Fine. So Si minus A cap means Si minus P inverse of AP equal to 0, which implies you can write, instead of identity matrix, you can write P inverse into P minus P inverse AP equal to 0. S is a constant term here. You can now take P inverse common. अंदर पहले SP रहेगा माइनस AP, इसका डिटर्मिनेंट इक्वल टू 0. Now you can take P common, post common. So you have P inverse, यहाँ पे SP minus AP, इसका डिटर्मिनेंट इज इक्वल टू 0, which implies taking P common, post common, S into I ये वापस रह जाएगा I. So this is determinant of one matrix, determinant of second matrix, determinant of one matrix into determinant of second matrix into determinant of third matrix. So you can simply say this is equal to determinant of one matrix into determinant of these two matrices into determinant of these two matrices. determinant of P inverse and determinant of P, uh, since they are non-singular, they can never be equal to 0. So 0, they can get divided. Uh, they will get divided with 0 on this side, right? Cross multiplying, you will get Si minus A equal to 0. So you can say that the characteristic equation of the original system is equal to the characteristic equation of the transform system, right? Right. So just to brief recap, state transformation. What we are doing, we can transform any state space model into infinite number of state space models, because matrix algebra allows us to transform any matrix, whether you go for row transformations, column transformations, scalar transformations. uh, you have studied all that thing in matrices. So using transformations, you can convert one form of state space model into another form of state space model. For that, you can choose any matrix P that is non-singular in nature. The original state space model, if it is x dot equal to ax plus bu, the transformed model will be x cap equal to a cap x cap plus b cap u, where a cap, uh, b caps, and all c cap will be equal to these formulas. Now under transformation, we'll see whether the properties change or not. We have seen controllability does not change. We have seen observability does not change. We have seen the characteristic equation of the system does not change. Similarly, we can have the transfer function of the system. For the original system, the transfer function is C Si minus A inverse B plus D, assuming D is 0. In most of the cases, it's D is 0. For transformed states, GS cap will be equal to C cap Si minus A cap inverse times B. Fine. B cap. So C cap, we know it is equal to Cp. S, I again we will write it as P inverse P minus A cap is P inverse A, P inverse into B cap is P inverse B. Okay. So you can take P inverse and P कॉमन इनसाइड, जैसे भी हमने किया था. सो अंदर ये P इनवर्स रहेगा, फिर उसके अंदर एस आई माइनस ए इंटू पी इनवर्स B. Now this is A matrix, B this is three matrices X, Y and Z. Say for example, उसका inverse है. We know that if you have two matrices X, Y inverse, it is equal to Y inverse into X inverse. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा जब ये P inverse what you'll be getting is G cap of S equal to CP आपका C मैट्रिक्स है. उसके बाद आपका ये P इनवर्स SI माइनस A इंटू P इनवर्स था. ठीक है. उसके बाद आपका P इनवर्स B है. दिस मीन्स पहले आपका P इनवर्स आ जाएगा, उसके बाद आपका SI माइनस A इनवर्स आएगा, using the matrix algebra, then P inverse is का inverse. P into P inverse is identity matrix, so this means identity matrix SI minus A inverse. This is P inverse into inverse, that's only P. P into P inverse will be identity matrix, तो यहाँ पे खाली P रहेगा. So this was your original transfer function. So your transfer function is equal to the original transfer function. So you can see under transformation, uh, you can take any example, you can take any p मैट्रिक्स. ओनली थिंग इज p मैट्रिक्स का डिटर्मिनेंट आपको जीरो नहीं होना चाहिए. तो अब आप p के कुछ भी वैल्यू लो, आपके पास इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज़ है टू टेक एनी मैट्रिक्स p which will not have a determinant p, which will not be having determinant equal to zero. Any square matrix with the non being non singular, कुछ भी ले लो, जो भी आपका ट्रांसफॉर्म फिर मैट्रिक्स आ जाएगा उस स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल से. What you will observe is the transformed state space model and the original state space model will have the same properties. They will lead us to the same transfer function. ठीक है, प्लांट आपका फिर भी वही रहेगा, ट्रांसफर फंक्शन आपकी वही रहेगी. अब इसका जो स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल हो सकता है वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि आप मैट्रिक्स अलजेब्रा में यूजिंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस आप एक मैट्रिक्स को किसी भी इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस के थ्रू किसी भी मैट्रिक्स में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, आपने अगर इफ यू रिमेंबर मैट्रिक्स अलजेब्रा में आप क्या करते थे, आप एक रो को ऐड करते थे विद सेकंड रो, आप एक कॉलम को ऐड करते थे विद अनदर कॉलम, आप मैट्रिसेस को मल्टीप्लाई करते थे विद एनी स्केलर क्वांटिटी. यू वुड से दैट दीज मैट्रिक्स ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस do not make any impact on the original matrix itself. So the transform matrix and the original matrix will still observe the same properties, will still have the same properties. Uh, Now in a special case, if you want to convert your state space model into a diagonal form, ठीक है, अब आपके पास स्टेट मॉडल तो है एक्स डॉट, बट यू वांट टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू एक्स बार कैप, वेयर दिस एक्स बार इज एक्चुअली आपका जो ए मैट्रिक्स, सॉरी, you want to convert such that you want to convert a into a cap, but you want to have a cap a diagonal form. For that you can choose p matrix equal to uh, lambda 1 lambda 2 lambda n's zeros. ठीक है, तो जो ओरिजिनल सिस्टम था आपका उसके जो आइगन वैल्यूज होंगे, you can take it as a diagonal matrix, the diagonal values along the diagonal, and multiply it with this A matrix so as to obtain the diagonal form of A matrix. ठीक है, and you can use some other, this is one method of doing it. You can also take eigenvectors to obtain this. You can also use Ackermann's formula. There is many different methods to diagonalize the matrices that you might have again studied in matrices in the course of matrices. So this is all for today. In the next session, we'll be studying the state feedback control.